Hi friends, good morning. It's Monday, August 2nd. My name is Jessalyn Revel. If you guys are new here, if you are not new, welcome back. I am a mommy, I'm a wife, I'm a 9th year junior high science teacher in Southeast Louisiana. So this is officially my last week of summer vacation. Teachers in my district start back on Friday. Students start back next Wednesday and Thursday. And so we are prepping and planning. So welcome to the prep and plan video, okay? So let me kind of prepare you guys for what's gonna happen in this video. I'm not going to show you backwards by designing. I know. If you are a teacher in training or a newer teacher and you would like to see more backwards by designing, just let me know. But after you teach so many years of the same content, you kind of know, like, what do my assessments look like? What do I need my students to get to? How am I gonna structure my lessons to get them to that point? So for me to do a backwards by designing, like, complete overall for you guys, it would kind of like a little weird. Also, I'm not very comfortable with putting my assessments online because I do have students who watch. So y'all ain't slick. You ain't slick, Willie. So I don't want to do that. But if you want to know more about it, DM me on Instagram. We can talk about that backwards by designing model. Today, I am just prepping and planning the first 2 weeks of school. So next week, students start back on Wednesday. First half of the alphabet Wednesday, second half Thursday. Bam, all of us start back, or all of the kids come together on Friday the 13th. So that's gonna be interesting. The goal is, Wednesday and Thursday is already kind of blocked with formative school stuff that we have to do. So I really won't have too much time to do anything that I want to do. Friday, I like to do kind of a fun little experiment that's more team building and all that good stuff, because I like to see who can work together and who probably shouldn't work together. But then the following week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I start. So we start with pre-unit for science, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Unit 1 starts Thursday. I do like to give an assessment the first week of school to kind of see where we are. But assessments are easy the first week for me. It's usually like lab safety, inferencing, observations, things that are really kind of more simple. My content, like actual unit content assessments, don't start until the following week, okay? So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna send or show you as much as I can. I like to work, so it'll probably be more of a you watch me work a little bit. I may do a voiceover and show you what I do, but I'm not like stressing myself out over this. It's going to be a good week for me. This is the first time in a long time where I'm confident going into the school year when it comes to content. We still don't know plans yet for like openings when it comes to like COVID, because Louisiana's numbers are really bad right now. So stay tuned for those instructions. I guess you'll find out when we find out. All we can do is pray. So let's get started with some prep work I need to do, and then we're gonna plan. I'm so excited. Let's go. I got these really cute templates from Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will link that person's TPT account below. Y'all don't like to reinvent the wheel. This was free, okay? I'm also using these table of content tabbed dividers this year for my student binders or my class binders. I'm pretty sure I got this idea from Powered by Little Minds here on YouTube. Y'all, like, I have 7 classes, 6 groups that I teach science, And I average anywhere from 27 to 30, 31 kids a group. So if I have 32 kids, I can just add another one back there. It's not a big deal. But so much easier to list their names and then go straight to their tab. So this will hold their lab safety contracts, their information sheets, just anything. I have PBIS forms, everything that I need. So let's say like a kid's in my second hour class, I have a parent conference, boom, grab this and go, and I can easily pull up their information. So thank you, Powered by Little Minds, for the idea. Love it. It's on Amazon, y'all. Now they can be expensive, but I ended up finding a bulk pack that had 3 sets in it for like $7. So I ordered 2 packs, no more than $16 to have all my class stuff ready. So get you some if you need some, junior high teachers. So disclaimer before I do all of this, lesson planning and prepping looks different for everyone. If it works for you, do that. If it doesn't work for you and you can bounce ideas off of other people, do that. Also, if you're a first year teacher, y'all, it takes years to find your groove, to be comfortable with how you plan and prep your work. So what you see me do will probably not work for you if you're a brand new teacher, only because I'm kind of set in my ways by now. Like I'm almost year 10, I'm year 9. So it works better for me, okay? So to show you, my district, now I don't know about y'all school districts, my district gives us like a scope and sequence sheet. So like my scope and sequence, I have 7 units. I have that on the side for me right here. You know, real fast, my scope and sequence tells me what's my units, how long my units are gonna last, what's my standards for my units, what's my phenomenon for my science unit. But then you have a pacing chart that coincides with the scope and sequence. Now, how the pacing chart works, it does not tell me day by day you're teaching this sub-skill, this sub-skill, this sub-skill, this. My pacing chart just kind of tells me unit 1's these days, flex days are these days. Flex days are those days where you can teach things that aren't necessarily in the scope and sequence, but there's necessary skills for science. So what we're gonna do, I do have a planner, which by the way, y'all, you don't have to spend a small fortune on a decent planner. I use Blue Sky planners. You can get them at Target, you can order them online, and they're really not, they're not expensive at all. So before I write on my planner, I like to kind of map out what I'm doing. So I map things out on a sheet of paper, y'all. I'm gonna put the days, what I'm looking at, and then how it fits in with my scope and sequence or my pacing chart. Now I'm also teaching a new subject this year. It's Introduction to STEM, Pathways Career. It's a little bit more difficult, but that one too also has a pacing chart. But that pacing chart's a little bit different. It breaks down the skill you're working on those days. So from there, how it would work if I was a brand new teacher. I would look at my scope and sequence for my unit. I would look at the standard, but then I would deconstruct the standard. So, and I can go into deconstructing of the standards and all that good stuff. If you need me to, just let me know. And that's something that I was taught at my previous schools, and that really does help. Like, it really does help. So what I'm gonna do first, on my paper, we start back August 11th, and I'm only gonna look at the first week and a half of lesson plans. August 11th and 12th, the kids are split, half come in the 11th, second half come in on the 12th, everybody comes back on the 13th. And then August 13th, and that's week 1. Okay, week 2, August 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So to show you, so how this is gonna look for me. This is technically week 1. These 2 days. as much as I would love to say that I'm gonna do icebreakers and getting to know me, we have like jam-packed each period what we're doing by the book for those 2 days. Like it's literally just straight procedures and rules for the school. 13th is gonna be a little bit different in homeroom. That's my introduction to STEM pathways class. Technically, according to my pacing chart, we start module 1, introduction to pre-engineering, and it just basically says, so I'm gonna put module 1. And y'all, like, I wanna show you my pacing charts, but it's like a lot of information on there, and school information and district information, and I don't wanna do that to them. So module 1, we have to do surveys, pre-test, and all that good stuff. So that's what we're doing first. But in science, this kind of looks a little awkward, y'all, I'm so sorry. This would be that one day where like I introduce myself to them. So introductions, or like getting to know me things. I don't like to do icebreakers because like I know how stressful that is for me when teachers have to do them. I don't like to put kids in that situation. So introductions, and then we do a team building experiment. Team building experiments can be almost anything. I know people like to do the stackable cups, and one year I did a bubble experiment where it was like the group that can blow the biggest bubble, and we had to measure things, and it kind of brought in a bunch of elements, but boy, it was stressful. So I don't know which team building experiment I want to do yet. I still don't know my COVID restrictions, and that's going to play a role. That's why it's so hard to lesson plan right now. That's going to decide what we're going to do. So with that being said, lesson plans are going to be bare bones right now. Bare bones. Super bare bones. Because, because of we're waiting on word for COVID stuff. So bear with me. So let's go to the first full week of school. I'm going to look at homeroom first, and then we'll look at science. So according to my pacing chart, first 2 days, we're looking at introduction to engineering. So that's gonna be lesson 1A, B, introduction to engineering careers, ethics, and professionalism. So 1 day of work should take 2 class days. So part 1, module 1, lesson 1AB is going to take Monday and Tuesday. So I'm gonna put in here, and I'll show you guys in a different video the actual lesson plans if you're interested, but this is just how I map things out, the pre-planning of it, so to speak. And look, teachers, brand new teachers, come here for a second. It's called a plan for a reason. Plans change. It's okay to change your lesson plans. If they don't work, change them. Don't let people make you think that you're not a good teacher if you change your lesson plans. That means that you know that there's things that could be better. Okay, so don't get caught up in the logistics of it's got to be a plan written down and this is it. It doesn't have to be that way, y'all. So I'm gonna put lesson 1 and 2, or A and B, 1AB. That's my first 2 days. Now here's where it's gonna get a little cray-cray. We're gonna start part 2 on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday we start building. So lesson 2, or lesson 1, part 2. Part 2, this is lesson 2A. B, that's circuits and electrical engineering. So that's gonna be fun. And this also depends if I have my materials, y'all. So stay tuned on that. So circuits, engineering. And then Friday, we're gonna actually do the hands-on part of it. So I'm gonna put hands-on. Now in science, it's a little bit different. So if you notice, let's see if you can see, it says flex day, flex day, flex day, unit 1. So my first 3 days of school, my first 3 of the first full week, that's where I get to do like the stuff that I like to teach before you start the science stuff. So that's like lab safety. I always love to do inferencing and observations because they have to know the difference, and a lot of times they don't know the difference. And then I may even introduce like a simple writing piece, and they're quick like review type lessons. So the Monday, I'm going to do observations and inferences. Tuesday, we're gonna do lab safety. And Wednesday, I'm gonna introduce the race writing model. So they have experience with race. So I say introduce. You have to take, y'all, you have to take with a grain of like salt that they don't know it. So just because they were supposed to know it or learn it last year doesn't mean that they do. So we're gonna introduce race. Simple writing. And then I start unit 1 on the 19th. So unit 1, day 1 for me looks like anchor phenomenon. So what's anchor phenomenon? That just means like what's the overall theme of our unit. And so my unit 1 is thermal energy. We use Open Syed for our curriculum. So days 1 and 2 actually look like going through the thermal energy concept. So we're gonna look at the topic of insulated cups, basically. So why is it that some insulated cups work better than others? So for those 2 days, it's looking at that phenomenon, testing things out, and eventually they're gonna build their own thermal cup. But to get to that point, we have to understand the logistics behind thermal energy. So you have to look at the particle sizes and states of matter and all that good stuff. So anchor phenom 1 and 2. So that's the first like week and a half for me, y'all. Like it's not anything that's gonna be like crazy and upsetting and all that good stuff. Now what I am going to do later, and I'm not doing that today because today's just a mapping out process of it. I don't want to show you guys. I know it'd be beneficial showing you backwards by designing, but it's so involved that it's like do I really want to show you that kind of thing? Because I just can't put my assessments online. Not with good conscience. I just can't do that. I can map out what I want to do each day, topic-wise. But the actual activities, that's where my hands are tied right now until I have more guidelines from the district as to what we're doing this year with COVID, since numbers are growing out. Like it's outrageous right now in Louisiana, y'all. Like I told you in the other video, these COVID streets are mean. So once I get the go ahead on what our days are gonna look like, or what we are allowed to do and how much contact kids are allowed to have, then it's go time. I can do these great lesson plans and show you guys those. But until then, I have to wait a little bit. So I have to learn to be patient myself. So that's just a simple map to show you. A simple map. It's by no means a lesson plan. Once I have more of what the guidelines look like, then I can have a lesson plan written and show you guys the process of like writing it and what do I need to do and how do I need to think about, or what do I need to think about my kids, like learning and all that good stuff. But I just have to wait. I want everything done right now too, but I just have to wait. So once I get that done, it's fair game. So really short information video to show you guys how to map things out, like the pre-planning process. Not the actual lesson planning itself, the pre-planning of it. So what steps do I need to take before I can actually plan the lesson? Let's like recap. If your district has scope and sequences for you, make sure you have a scope and sequence. I always have my pacing guide and pacing charts because I need to know, like, on this day I have to be on this unit or whatever. Not everybody has that luxury. Some teachers have to make their own pacing charts, which is really difficult. I've been there, done that. I understand it's difficult. Once you have that, you can sit down and kind of make a little guide. What do I want to do? What's my goals for these days? From there, you start planning. Now, lesson planning involves a lot of multi-steps, backwards by design, meaning you start off with your assessment. You see what your assessment looks like. You create that assessment. What's the end goal? And work backwards from there. So if I know that in my unit, I want my kids to be able to identify the different types of energy, or the specifics between thermal energy and kinetic energy and potential energy. Let's say that. Then I know if that's what I'm testing them on, what skills, I'm gonna work backwards until I get to the skills that they need in order to be successful for that assessment. And that becomes a lot more involved. Also, if I were you, I would deconstruct my standards, learn the verbiage, break it down, see what the kids, vocabulary words that the kids need to know, the different themes. Does it connect? What connecting ideas do I need? It's hard, y'all. Teaching's hard. Teaching's hard. So I'm gonna leave you with that for today. Just some stuff to think about. Give me some ideas on how you want to see lesson planning. Do you want to see an actual process of how lesson planning works? Do you want to see backwards by designing? Because it's a lot and it's overwhelming, and I'm not trying to hurt any teacher's feelings, you know, because it's a lot involved. Do you want to see me have to draw up my resources? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want? You tell me what you want. Do you want advice? I can give you advice. It may not be the best advice, but I can tell you what works for me. Other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go today because I'm just waiting. It's a waiting game at this point. That's all we can do, you know? That's all we can do. So, before I go, thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. I do appreciate it. I don't tend to put that many videos out during the school year. I want to get better at that. I do appreciate you guys coming along on this journey. It's a journey. It's a journey. So thank you for that. Other than that, let me know what you want and we'll work through this together. So thank you guys for watching my video today. I know I was long-winded. This is you have to talk some processes out. So thank you for bearing with me. Once I get more specifics, I will show you more, I promise. But until then, my hands are tied. So, excuse me, to all my secondary people out there, I know it's rough, especially junior high where you want to group them and you want to do stuff that's fun and you really have to wait. We got this. Excuse me, I have the hiccups now. We have this. Don't forget, if you need anything, let me know. I am doing a giveaway, y'all. I'm gonna give away some Amazon gift cards for reaching 500 subscribers. So stay tuned for all of that fun stuff. We're like 300 away from 1,000. So 1,000, I'm gonna do like a teacher gift basket. So stay tuned for all that good stuff. Another stormy day in Louisiana. Y'all be safe, be blessed, stay healthy, be good. I'll see you guys when I see you. Okay? Bye.